All right, we're on the air. So
I'm waiting for a notification.
then I'll guess up, turn the volume and smart speaker on there for you. All right, so trying to invite. How do I invite people in here? Okay, here we go. All right, so we're live now, I believe. I'm gonna go to live streaming. All right, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
We're live now, I believe. Why does this thing say offline? Did it go? What did you just turn the volume down?
Yeah.
But I don't see. I can't see the chat on here. Can you see the chat?
Yeah. I see red pen.
I can't see the chat, so I can't. How am I supposed to? All right, let me try it. Let me try this.
Why is it so confusing?
Oh, here we go. All right, now I can see it. All right, so I think we're good to go. Hey, Cappy, moderator, y'all better act good. We got a couple of moderators in here. Shoot, type something. I want to see if you got moderator. All right, we got a question. So we got a couple of questions. Chris Jackson and Shape World 15. Yep, you got moderator privileges. So if somebody types something bad, you delete them. Straight up. All right, we got two good questions already. One from Chris Jackson, and then the other from Shape World 15. So the first question was, what deals you working on? Got 2 wholesale deals I'm working on in Birmingham, trying to close by the end of the month. Okay, so all right. So first of all, if anybody's tuning in for the first time, my name is Will. My channel name is Will Motivation, and on my channel, I talk about real estate. I talk about a lot of good stuff on my channel. All right, Alf Pa, I'll make you a moderator next time. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I'll add you onto the moderator list. But anyway, so we talk about a lot of real estate stuff. We talk about entrepreneurial stuff. And I do these live streams because people ask me to mentor them. And I stay busy. I got 2 kids. So my priority is to mentor them and handle their needs. But I can cut out a couple of hours a week to mentor people through online question and answer, where I'll answer pretty much any question you guys might have. So, so that's what this live stream is about. We could talk about whatever, and you know, you guys keep it cool. I know people that subscribe to my channel are pretty cool, but sometimes we get trolls in here that want to act up, and we just delete them. So, if you guys want to act up, you're just gonna get deleted. So anyway, let me go ahead and answer the first question that I saw in here from Chris Jackson. He said, what deals am I working on? Let me pop this window out. There we go. All right. So he said, what deals am I working on? So I got my last deal really was a property that I already had. Let me raise this camera up. There we go. So the last deal I was working on, I just finished it. It was our first crib, like where I raised my kids and everything. And I rehabbed it, and I got it real nice, and it's done. And I just got a renter that signed a contract about a week ago, right before Thanksgiving. So the deal on that one was, the house originally cost me $160 back in 2000. I rehabbed it. The rehab cost me about $12,000, and so I got about $172,000 in the house, and the house is worth probably $210,000. Okay, so that's what the numbers look like as far as a rental property. And the reason why the value went up so high is because we went in and made everything new, and we added a bedroom. So when I bought it for 160, it had 3 bedrooms, but we added a new bedroom to it. And what's up? But anyway, we added another bedroom that added a lot of value, but I'm not going to sell it anyway. But we rented it out. We got good rent for it. Originally, I listed it for $1,600 a month, but I dropped it to $1,500 a month. So it's a good investment. My daughter threw me off. All right, the second question was from
asked me to throw a piece on, so I did.
man, I better don't say nothing crazy about my daughter. It's gonna be, I'll shut down the whole live stream. So from Shape World, she said, advice tips. I drive trucks for a living, but have a license in Texas. It's real estate, such a competitive industry. Where should I start? Can I successfully do both? So I don't know what your time commitment is driving trucks, but my default answer would be, yeah, you can probably do both, but it might, depending on how much free time you have, it might take you longer to get into the game. Maybe, just depends on the circumstances. But I do real estate like it's not even my primary job. My primary job is hbcuconnect.com. I run that company. It's my first company and my largest company, but I do real estate on the side, but I can afford to take time during the day and address issues and check on properties and check on rehabs and stuff like that. So I don't know what your time looks like, but you know, I would think by default, yeah, you probably can get into it. You just might have to be flexible with your time. And then where do you start? Start by getting this book. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. Eventually, I'm going to do a course on real estate. So just stay subscribed to my channel, because as soon as the course is ready, we'll launch the course. And everything that's in this book that I keep recommending to people, I'm going to use the book as the classroom book, basically. And I'm going to teach the principles that I learned using that book, and I applied them in real life. And I've done about 35 real estate deals, if not more, at this point. So I would say that's where you start. Get that book. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. It's a blue book. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you. So you should be figuring out what the next question I'm going to answer.
I gotta delete someone.
Delete them. So that's what the book is. Good job, Raquel. So that's the book. I don't know why my thing is mirrored. Does it look right on your end? It didn't come up yet. It's lagging.
Yeah, it's lagging.
That's okay. Probably because we're using the same internet connection. But anyway, you guys are going to see the book. Here it is.
Yeah, it looks right.
All right. The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. That's it. Get that book as your first step. And then I'm going to teach a course from that book. So if you're not big on reading the book, I'll do the course. The course is going to be video, and then I'll actually interact with people that want to take the course, and I'll try to do the best I can to support anybody that does the course. Cool.
You can answer those questions.
Okay.
I would like to know.
Go ahead, ask me. Speak up to me.
Gary Davison said, "What is the fastest way to build my credit score? I'm 17, turning 18 in February. Also, could I get into touch with you about some ideas? Thank you, Will."
So the best way to get in touch with me is through my Instagram, which is @WillMotivation. And the best way to improve your credit score, I would say, like, I'm not an expert on that, but I can point you in the right direction. Check out this guy. His name is Jay Morrison. He's on Instagram, but he does videos on credit, and I've checked out the videos. They're good. But his name is Jay Morrison. I'll type it in right here. You could just look for him on YouTube and just look for credit, like where he talks about credit. But the things I do know about your credit, at least that I learned from that video, is you can use your credit. Like if you got credit cards or lines of credit, if you don't have a credit card or line of credit, you might want to get a line of credit, but only use up to 30% of it at a time. Don't use more than that. And then make your monthly payments to build a credit history. You know, make all your payments on time or beforehand, like if you got a cell phone or whatever, something like that, revolving accounts. Make your payments on time. And then if you have credit, use no more than 30% of it, but use it. Like use your credit to build a history. And, you know, those are some of the things that I know about. And then if you have anything outstanding, clean it up. So like what I mean by that is if you have debt that you've not paid off, like let's say it was medical debt or something like that, you might want to get it cleaned up off your credit report. So I'm not an expert at that, so I don't want to tell you a bunch of stuff that won't help you. But I would say look up Jay Morrison and his videos on credit. So that's my advice on that. What's we got next?
Oh, someone said, D-Nation30 said, what would you say are the best real estate properties to start with, like townhomes or condos, etc.?
The best type of property?
Mm-hmm.
So the best type of property to start with, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter if it's a condo or a freestanding home, as long as the numbers work out. Now, if I had to say what type of property usually works out the best normally, and it's the easiest to deal with, is a single family home, like a standalone home, like a single family standalone residence, not a condo, just like a one address home. The reason why I say that is because they usually appreciate faster. If you need, like, let's say you bought the investment property and you wanted to make it a rental, but something happened with your finances and you needed to sell it, it's going to be easier to sell that. Like at least where I'm located, it's easier to sell that a single family home. It's easier to sell than a condo. They appreciate faster than condos, and they typically, there's a higher demand for them on the rental market and then on the basically for sale market. So I would say I would lean towards a single family home. But if the numbers work, like you do your numbers and they work on a single family home versus a condo or whatever, even like a multifamily building or something, you just do your numbers and see what works out. Like I have I have a few condos and I have a bunch of single family residences, and the single family homes usually do better than the condos, like numbers wise and everything. So, all right, what else we got? What we got next?
Raymond Clear said, do you have to pay association fees on your condos? If yes, how much?
Yes, you do have to. You got to pay association fees on your condo, and sometimes on your house if you're in a nice neighborhood, they'll have an association. But usually on a house, like a freestanding house, single family house, the association fees are cheap. They might be $100 for a whole year. For example, I have, like where I live now, it's like, I want to say it's $900 for the whole year. But like where I bought my first house, it was $100 for the whole year, and it's still like $100 for the whole year. But for a condo, it's going to be a lot. Like it could be, man, like I have one condo. It's a small condo, but the condo fees are over $300 a month. So that messes up your numbers on condos too. So there you go. What else we got? How many people we got live right now? It should be on there somewhere.
I don't see it on there.
Let me see what my control room's looking like.
Oh, there's 71 people.
Oh, okay, I see it right here. All right.
Roche says, any advice on marketing a product or service before you actually launch it?
Any advice on marketing a product or service before launching it? My advice would be, yes, you can do that and build an email list. So if you're going to do marketing and build up anticipation for some product or service that you are going to release, build an email list. So get people to take action if they're interested in whatever product or service you're going to release, and have them submit an email address to you so that when you release the product, you can send them an email and invite them to check it out or to buy it. Okay. So, you know, build a following, but I recommend email more than anything, because if you build like a YouTube following or social media like Facebook or Instagram or all these social media platforms, you could have a big following there, but that doesn't guarantee that when you get the message out about whatever you're trying to do, there's no guarantee that all of the people are going to see it. But with email, you can pretty much guarantee that that email is going to go into people's inbox, and you get a higher rate of return on email. So there you go. So somebody, Mr. Jules is asking me the next real estate goal. So if anybody is tuning in for the first time, I'm Will Motivation. A lot of people subscribe to my channel because I have had 3 Lamborghinis over the last 12 months. And the current Lamborghini that I have is crazy. It's a Huracan. It's satin red. It's sick. You can check it out on the channel. But anyway, right now I'm doing a live stream to do question and answers on real estate and entrepreneurial type stuff, because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm also a real estate investor. And I just do these live streams to give back to people who always are asking me to be a mentor. So this is my way of mentoring a lot of people all at once. So Roger said, also, can you explain your thought process on getting the Huracan instead of the Aventador? All right, so that's 2 questions. Let me answer these 2 questions. First question is next real estate goal. To be honest with you, I'll always take a good deal if it comes across my table or I see it, right? I'll always take a good deal if I see it. But I'm not always actively looking for real estate because I got other businesses going on, right? So right now I'm in the mode of tending to my other businesses and saving money, saving cash, and so that I can, in order to be able to buy some real estate when the market gets cold again. Right now the market is hot. So it's like if you're watching the stock market and stocks are high. So right now, relative to when I bought most of my real estate, the market is high. So I'm saving money so that when the market comes back down, if it comes back down, I'll be ready to buy it. Or if it keeps going up, I'm going to just use that money to pay off my real estate. Now, so in the meantime, if I see an incredible real estate deal that I can flip, or if it's cheap enough, I'll make it a rental. If somebody presents it to me, right? And I'm like, I look at the numbers and it looks good, then I'll take it. But right now, my biggest deal that I have going on at the moment is Project Huracan. So if you look at my videos on my channel, you'll know that I bought a piece of land for about $8,000 when the real estate market was low. And I started building on that land this year. And so we got a house up and we got siding on it. And we're in the process of basically putting in the electrical, the insulation, the plumbing, and we're building a house from the ground up. And once it's done, I'll probably rent it out for maximum rent, or potentially I'll sell it. Most likely I'm going to rent it out. So that's my next real estate goal, is to get Project Huracan done. Now, if something comes along in the meantime, I'll take it, but I'm not looking for anything. I'm just trying to save money. So that's the answer to that question. The next one was, can you explain your thought process on getting the Lamborghini Huracan instead of the Lamborghini Aventador? Yeah, 2 things, man. It's pretty simple. The Huracan is my favorite car of all time, period. Of any car maker or anything. I like the Huracan more than any other car. So that's my dream car. Secondly, the Aventador is just like, it's almost twice as expensive as a Huracan. And I really just couldn't justify spending that much money, like, period. Could I afford one? Could I buy one? I probably could, but I don't want to. I don't really want to do that. It's not on my radar. I don't like it. I don't like how it looks as much as the Huracan. And the other thing people don't realize is the Huracan is faster than the Aventador. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thought process on that. But yes, the Aventador sounds better, and for some people it looks better. It's bigger. It's the big boy, right? But I always like the Huracan better than any car. It's my favorite car. All right, so you want to pick the next question? This is my daughter. Everybody be respectful. Somebody asked a question of where's my wife at? So I'm not married at this point, but my girlfriend that you guys probably see in the videos, she's at home at her house in Brazil, and she'll be up here for the holidays. So I'll try to get her on the channel, but she's actually she might be on the live stream. So Cappy, if you're on the live stream, say something. Yeah, Huracan is faster than the Aventador, at least to the quarter mile. It's fast. Huracan is crazy. And thanks for the congrats. Okay, what should I answer next? You guys gotta ask good questions so my daughter will pick a good one.
Someone said, what really motivates you and like what really drives you to be successful?
So the answer to that question is sitting right here. Like my daughter, my kids, like when I had kids, I got in a crazy hustle mode. Like when I had my kids in Project Mustang, if you look at my videos, Project Mustang is my first house. That's where I was raising my kids. I was married at the time to their mom. And when I had them, I went into this crazy obsessive mode about building some type of business to have some type of stability, to be able to provide for myself and my family. And then also, you know, when I'm old and I'm getting ready to die, at least if my kids want to take on the businesses that I've been running, they'll have that option. You know what I'm saying? And if not, at least I could leave them a house or two or something that they can build on a legacy on top of. So that's probably my main motivation, but it's kind of in my blood. Like I grew up kind of poor, so I didn't like being poor. So there was things that I wanted, and my parents was just like, we can't afford that right now. And so I made a vow to myself that I was going to overcome that whole financial situation and put myself into a position where I could afford the things that I want. So if there becomes some big giant thing that I want, I'm going to be working super hard to get it. You know, and right now what I want is like freedom, and I want for my kids and my family and my loved ones to be good. You know what I'm saying? Like really, if I had a big goal beyond where I'm at right now, it would be to make enough money to be able to bless the people around me and do nice things for people that I care about, you know, and just surprise my friends with stuff or surprise my kids. My kids are always going to be good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to spoil them. I want them to work hard for stuff and have that same motivation that I had, but they're good. You know, they got what they need. But I want to make enough money to be able to be like, if I see somebody in a situation, I can help them out, or you know, when I buy a brand new car, I like to be able to buy my best friend one or something like that, or you know, just take care of my people. And I don't know if my girl is still watching this, but she know I got her back too. Yeah. What's the next question?
What would you tell your 20-year-old self?
What would I tell my 20-year-old self? Ooh, I don't know if I could say that on here. No, I would tell my 20-year-old self. My 20-year-old self, when I was 20 years old, I was in college. I was a senior in college. I graduated when I was 21. So I would tell myself, stay on the right track. Start whatever businesses I'm interested in starting, and keep trying and never quit. But the hustle, always have the side hustle going. I would tell myself, master what I'm doing on the internet and start internet businesses. Like I could have been real super duper rich right now. Like I do okay right now. You guys some people probably think I'm rich and everything, but for me, rich is when you don't have to work anymore. So I'm not rich because in order for me to pay for the Lambo, my house, and the other stuff, I gotta work. So for me, that's not rich because I'm like everybody else that's gotta work. Now, if I make so much money or I got so much money coming in that I don't have to work to pay all my stuff, then I'm rich. Okay. So I had an idea when I was 20 years old, not me, but one of my buddies had an idea. And his idea was to buy domain names like I don't know, Walmart.com or cars.com or house.com or all these popular domain names that everybody now is like, you guys are growing up seeing like these brands that have .coms and stuff. But when I was in college, the internet was just getting started. So I could have bought any domain name, and then I could have got paid for people buying these domain names from me, and I would have been exponentially rich right now. So I would have told myself buy domain names. You know what I'm saying? So there's the answer to that question.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Rich. You know, so I'm not rich now, but in 5 years, I would like to be to the point where I don't have to work for money. Like the money would just come in through all of my efforts in the past. Then I could do more philanthropical stuff. So like philanthropic stuff, sorry. So I would like to be like what I described, like be in a position where I could just bless people and give people things and educate people, teach people things, do stuff like what I'm doing here on YouTube, trying to inspire people to go after their dreams and do the things, you know, that will make them happy. So I would like to be able in a position where I don't have to work so hard to make money, and then I could just give back by giving my time and my education to other people. That's where I would like to be.
Someone said, do you think cars can be an investment vehicle? Do you believe in keeping a car and putting little to no miles on it?
Do I think a car can be an investment? I mean, there's a slight chance that it can be, yes. But it's hard to be able to, in my opinion, it's not easy to be able to just find the right car and then years later it's worth money or growing in money. Or you got to be able to have a whole lot of money to buy expensive cars that go up in value, like some of the Ferraris out there and stuff like that. So in general, no, I don't think cars are like good investments. But I have bought cars before that I drove for a while, and I sold them for around the same price that I bought them. It was like I was driving a car for free. So that is possible. You just got to pick the right car. You know, but I kind of got lucky pretty much. So Guilty Spark 347 said, I want to be rich. Yeah, I was joking with that. I mean, when I say rich, I mean free. Like I don't have to work so hard. I have money coming in through my efforts so that I can give back. That's what I meant by that.
Have you ever lost money on a flip, or what was one of your biggest mistakes on a flip?
Have I ever lost money on a flip, like an intentional flip? No, I never have. You just do your don't be lonely. Join the chat, Alyssa. Don't be lonely. Anyway, no, I haven't. I do my numbers conservatively. So when I say do my numbers, I'm talking about how much are you going to pay for the house? How much money do you have to put into the house to fix it up to be the best house in the neighborhood, right? How much money you got to put there? And then how much can you sell it for? Or how much can you rent it for? And if you rent it, you got to be concerned about the mortgage and all that stuff. When you're flipping, you do have to worry about being able to cover your mortgage for as long as it takes for you to fix it up. But I'm more concerned about, because I usually that's default. I know I'm gonna have to pay my expenses like the electric, the gas, the water, the mortgage, and all that stuff. I already know that. But the numbers I'm looking at on a flip are how much is it gonna cost me to buy it, fix it up, and then how much can I sell it for based on the neighborhood. And I'm gonna have the best house in the neighborhood based on how I fix it up. So when I go in the door with these parameters and these numbers, I don't do the deal unless I'm gonna make at least like 20,000. If I'm not making 20,000, I don't do it, because one repair can jack up $20,000 worth of profit, like if it's a foundation or something serious. So if I can't make 20,000 on a deal, I don't do it. Now, I bought a house one time that I was gonna move into, and then I fixed it up and I sold it like as if it was a flip, and I lost a little bit of money on that. I almost broke even, but that was just because I bought the house to live in it, and I changed my mind. I wanted to be back in my house here, like. So anyway, what's the next question? I see a lot of questions coming through.
Someone said, what HBCU did you go to?
I went to Hampton University in Virginia. I saw somebody ask me Was I going to force my daughter to go to my HBCU?
Yeah.
Cute. Quentin Bolton, what's up, boy? If it was easy to make people moderators, I'll make you a moderator so you can help Ruby delete people. No, I'm just joking. You can help me ask questions. Hey, Quentin, you want to get on this live stream? I'll add you to my Google Hangout, bro. So let me know. But oh, would I make my daughter go to Hampton? No, man. Like, no, you don't make. I believe like you got to respect people even from the time they're a baby. You got to respect their individuality. So when my kids were little, I'm their father, so I can't let them make a huge mistake. So I put the fence out there, but I believe that you give them room to bump their head a little bit and make their own decisions, so that you don't have to be babysitting them for the rest of their life. But you have a fence there so that they don't go out into the street and get ran over by a car. So my thing with my daughter and my son, hopefully one day, is that the fence is, if you want to have a good and an easier life, go to college. Like, that's the easiest way where you can fall back on a degree and a good job. Now, if you want to follow your dreams, at least you have that insurance that you got a degree and you can get a decent job and take care of yourself. But then you can follow your dreams, right? But even if she didn't want to go to college, I'd be like, okay, but you got to be an adult and you got to take care of yourself. But I wouldn't be like, oh, you got to go to Hampton and you got to do legacy. I don't think that's letting somebody be who they are. But I'll say you got to pick a school that we think will work for you. So don't just pick Ohio State or pick some school where you could go in there and get grinded up and spit out. Like, I don't want to let her bump her head like that. But let's pick a few schools, and then you pick which one's the best, and then I'll help you make the best decision of your choice of schools. So that's where I stand on that. I don't think you should. It's not really my place, especially when she becomes an adult, for me to be telling her everything to do. But now, if I did tell her what to do, that puts me on the hook too. But if I don't tell her what to do, she's on the hook. You know what I mean? She's got to manage her life and grow with her advices. But if she comes to me and says, Dad, where should I go? Then that puts me on the hook to say, okay, maybe you should do this. And then you have my support. There it is. Next question.
What investments or assets, knowledge, or financial do you think children turning 18 should look into?
What? You said what? What? Go ahead, you guys.
What investments or assets, knowledge, or financial do you think children turning 18 should look into?
Man. That's sort of a hard one, because when I was 18, okay, here's the answer. When you're 18, you need to invest in knowledge. All right. When you're 18, you need to be trying to invest your time in learning what you want to do and what you're passionate about, and getting exposure to things that you can do in your future, and invest your time in educating yourself. And that might mean educating yourself on investments and things like that. Now, I want my kids to know about real estate, because to me, real estate is the most able investment platform. Some people do stocks and stuff like that. I play with stocks, but if you don't know what you're doing playing with the stock market, it's all luck then at that point. And I made money and I lost it all. So I don't really like stock market. Now with real estate, I haven't lost any money. Like, it's good. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can always rent a place out in the right market. So I would say, if you're trying to learn about investment at an early age, learn all you can about real estate. That's what I would say for my 18-year-old kid. You feel me?
What do you think you would be doing if you didn't have your computer company or real estate?
If I didn't have real estate or my computer company, I would be trying to get a computer company or trying to get into real estate. Most likely, I'll be trying to start some type of software company. But now, if you want to take all of that entrepreneurial stuff off the table and say, what would my skills have me doing? I would be some type of software engineer, or I would be a software engineering manager, or I would be a feature engineer for a tech company or a .com or something. And what a feature engineer is, feature engineers are the people that know enough about the software development and like the technical platform for a product, that they can say the product needs to have this functionality and the product needs to be able to do that. And then they prototype it, and then they design like with the prototype, and then they document for the software engineers how to implement those features. So that's most likely what I will be doing. I'll be in software development doing something, either managing it or developing it.
So would you be willing to talk about
Hakeem!
private money use in real estate?
Say that again, sorry.
Would you be willing to talk about private money use in real estate?
Private money use. Okay. So I've never used private money. But I can tell you it's expensive. All right. Cappy. Você tá bom? Tudo bom? Muito bom. Então. So, what I would say about hard money lending and stuff like that is it should only be used as a very last resort because it's so expensive. And when I say it's expensive, it's what they charge you to borrow the money. Like how much profit they want to make for you to borrow their money is high compared to if you got a conventional loan from a bank. And sometimes the bank interest rates might be higher, but usually hard money is higher than what a bank would ever charge you. So, so I have evaluated some private money deals that like one of my friends, Sean, was doing, and it was expensive. It was very expensive. And my recommendation is only use that as a last resort because of how expensive it is. Because the numbers that I was looking at, it's almost as if you were just a laborer for somebody else's flip. You know what I mean? So I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? So it's expensive. That's why I say if you can do regular conventional bank loan, that would be the way to go. All right. Well, what other questions we got?
Slut says, should I get a personal loan to start a business?
Look at fitness text questions too. I want to answer his questions, but go ahead. What was that one last one you just asked?
Should I get a personal loan to start a business?
To get a personal loan to start a business, only if you absolutely have to. I would rather use like a credit card. Well, I guess it's the same thing. Like when I started my business, I didn't get no loans. Like I basically just started. Yeah, if I got loans, I could have did things faster, but I did not want to build up debt unless my idea was going to work. You know what I'm saying? So when you're first starting, make sure your idea works by just going out and doing it small. If you need a whole bunch of expensive equipment or something like that, then maybe you have no choice, but you want to just do your due diligence and research to make sure your idea is going to work. But if you're getting into something new and you don't have to have a whole bunch of expensive equipment, just do what you can starting small to make sure that you can make money with your idea, and then just start trying to make money and then reinvesting that money into your business. That would be my recommendation. It's just safer. You know, you protect your credit that way and everything. Somebody asked, do I have employees? Yes, I got about, I pay probably every month, I pay probably 8, 9 people. And some of them are in my office and some of them work from home. But yeah, I've had employees ever since I quit my job in 2004. Look at Ellie on there. Yeah, what a fitness test. Fitness text.
How many years do you think it would take to be worth $1 million doing real estate on average?
Dude, so this is why people should get on the live stream, because I tend to tell the truth real fast. You can do it real fast, bro. I hate to use myself as an example because I don't like to say what my net worth is or if I'm a millionaire and all that stuff, but let me see how I can frame this. You could do it quick, bro, because the equity that you have in the properties, man, like for example, let me put it to you like this. I bought my cheapest house I bought for $25,000, right? Now, that was about 5 years ago. That same house is worth $100,000. Okay, so that's 400% of my initial investment. So if you divide $1 million by 4, you get like $200 100 or something. So if I invested $200,000 or $250,000 in year 1, in year 5, I'm a millionaire. You see what I'm saying? Now, it could be faster than that. It could be faster than 4 or 5 years. But with real estate, there goes one example. You spend $250,000 buying property, and in 4 years, that $250,000 worth of property is worth $1 million. Theoretically speaking, right? So I would say it's very possible. Now, in my scenario, I was taking a lot of my cash that I had saved up, you know, for years and years and years, like 10 years almost. And I was buying real estate with that cash that I had saved up. But also I was getting banks involved, and, you know, I would use 20% of my own money, but still the amount of equity I had in that real estate was, you know, was bubbling up, and that you can use that equity towards your net worth to determine whether or not you're a millionaire. So it could be fast, man. Like if you were in California, you still got to put a lot of money up, but you know, the profit on houses out there is crazy. But like here, maybe the average, I'll say my average property after rehab, I'm looking at an extra $40,000 on average for each property, above what I put in. Yeah. What was the other question?
How do you go about finding reliable contractors to build and or rehab your homes?
Man, y'all are asking the deep questions. Hey, Cappy, how much time we got? If you see her on there. Cappy, are you on there? Cappy is the timekeeper. Cappy. So the question was, how do I find reliable contractors? All right, Cappy, how much time we got before I got to get off of here? Yeah, you see that guy? Hi, that dude.
Oh, no.
So the question is, keep an eye on how much time she says we got.
All right.
I'm sorry. The question was, how do I find reliable contractors? So it's old-fashioned the way I've done it. I actually, she said we got 8 minutes. All right, y'all, I got 8 minutes to answer questions. I'll answer this question though. I actually, the first contractor that I worked with was a friend of mine that I went to high school with that I knew very well. I didn't know what his skill level was, but I knew I could trust him because of his family. His brother was my brother's best friend in high school. All right. So I knew I could trust him. I gave him a test job, which was finishing off my basement. He did a good job. So I put him on my good contractor list. Then I would just try people out. Every time I found a new contractor, I would give them a small job and then see how they did on that job. All right. So we're talking about real estate development, real estate investing, and how to find good contractors. That's the most recent question. So I would give people small jobs to try them out to see if they were professional and if they did things to a high level of quality. All right. So if they did that, then I kept them on my list of people to go to for certain skills. But I will always give people like a chance to do a small job, and then somebody wants Leroy. What's up? You don't really want Leroy. You don't really want Leroy. But anyway, I'll give them a small job, and then if they did good, I keep them on my contractor list, and then word of mouth. So some of my contractors that stay with me to this day have been referred to me by people that are real close to me. So like I got 2 main contractors that are real close to me. One dude, his name is Joe, and he's been in my videos. And the other dude's name is Steve, and he's the one building my house, and he's been in the videos too. And they're close to me because they're actually my friends, okay? And what you want with Leroy, huh? You don't really want Leroy. So yeah, tell them they don't want Leroy. Leroy is bad. Yeah. So that's how I found my contractors. If I don't know them, I give them a chance on a small job. And if they do good, I keep them. And if I do know them, it's usually my friends refer them to me, or they're my friends. You know what I'm saying? So, and y'all don't really want Leroy to come out. Gee. Somebody asked me about stocks. Let me just tell you about stocks. Leroy steals pipes. Leroy steal a pipe to go across your head with it. You know what I'm saying? But Sorry, man. Y'all getting Leroy to come out. Stock market, man. I don't really mess with the stock too much. I've done it before. Like when I was working a corporate job, I did stocks and I did mutual funds. And I actually made relatively a lot of money on stocks. But man, then the stock market just crashed and you can't do anything. Like when the stock market crashes, you can't do nothing. And I didn't like that. But when real estate market crashes, you can do a lot. You can hold your property and rent it out. That's all you got to do. When the real estate market goes down, or you can live in your property. You know what I'm saying? You can leverage it, whatever. And even, real estate barely ever goes to zero. Everybody would have to move out of your state or your city for it to go. You know what I'm saying? And I don't speak French. I speak Spanish, but I don't really speak French. So Leroy flips metals. Yeah, Leroy flip metal across a cat's head. That's what he does. So yeah, I don't do a whole lot. Nah, you can't live in stock, bro. You can't live in a stock. You can't live in a piece of stock. You can't, if it goes all the way down it could go down to pennies and stuff. You could sell pennies, man, but that's real estate. Like if real estate goes to pennies, I'm getting all of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it still has value because somebody can live in it and you can actually live in it. You can, just real estate has all types of leverage, man. And now I'm not against stocks. So if you like stocks, then go ahead, that's good. And you can probably educate me on it, but I like real estate. I've done well with it. Bitcoin, you know what? I would invest in Bitcoin just to play around with it if I had somebody to work with, but it's like the stocks to me. Like, now, okay, it's not exactly like stock, but I haven't dabbled in it yet. Will I dabble in it? Maybe at some point, yeah. Yeah, maybe at some point I'll get into that. What we got? Cappy, how we doing? Hey, I want to thank everybody for joining us though, man. This is real. She said I got 3 minutes to answer questions. What y'all got?
What do you take into consideration when you evaluate the right location before you buy or invest?
That's a good question. What do I consider about the location before I buy or invest? That's everything. That's everything. The location is everything. Location. Yeah, because look at this cat. Like when you post them spam messages and all that stuff, we see it right here and we just click. It's easy to just delete it. So like, I don't know what people be thinking they can do. But anyway, yeah, I'm not real super excited about Bitcoin, but so the question was, what do I care about location? So like for me and my properties, I like to be in middle class neighborhoods or upper middle class. Now, the reason why I like that is because it's safe. If you go into low income neighborhoods, you get low quality tenants, and usually the demand to buy a low income house is low. You usually get slumlords that want to buy that. So I stay away from that. If you go into the super high end, it reduces the number of people that can afford to rent from you or buy your property. But when you stay in the middle or the top of the middle, there's a lot of people like that can afford to rent from you if you need to rent, or there's a lot of people that can actually buy the home from you if you put it on the market to buy. And what I do is, yo, Moss, you didn't get that link I sent you? Sent you a link, Moss, to your email. But I'm getting ready to shut it down here in a minute. So they keep asking for Leroy to come out. Y'all don't want Leroy to come out. Yeah, so location, man. With location, like for example, when I bought my piece of property, that land, I bought it in a middle class neighborhood because I knew that as the economy gets better, that property is going to go up in value. If the economy goes down, it's still the middle class. Like it's still a middle class property. So if values and stuff go down, cool, I'll just buy more. You know what I'm saying? But the other thing about the location is the city that I'm in or that I choose to invest in has a healthy population and a healthy employment rate and a healthy middle class, which is my target market. And the city has constantly been growing. Like we grow by like 4% every year and forever. So it's super safe for real estate, super safe. So if the market is bad, hey, what's up, Coder Man? Let's answer his question for Coder Man. Let's see after this. Yeah, after I get done answering this one.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you pick a good city that has a strong economy and everything, and you get into the middle class property area market for consumers, then you can be good. Like you have options for renting them out or for selling them. Now, if I was looking at different cities across the country, I would be looking for growing cities that have a healthy economy and some good corporations and stuff like that, where I can have people that want to buy from me or rent from me. So Coderman asked what camera I think I ended up getting. That's a good question, man. I'm excited. I'm waiting for the camera to come in, but UPS is slipping right now. I was supposed to get it today, but I don't know when I'm gonna get it because UPS really like is struggling right now. But I ended up going with a Canon. My daughter has a Canon. She got the more advanced camera than me. But I got a Canon. What is the most popular vlogging camera? It's called a Canon. What is it? Super Shot.
Yeah, something like that.
Canon Super Shot G7 Mark II. There it is, right there. Canon G7 Mark II. It's the most popular vlogging camera. It's got excellent automatic focus, and yeah, it should take the vlogging to the next level. All right. I think Cappy, are you there? How much time we got? And King Diamond Gaming. Yeah, it's true, man. Like that's the whole point of my channel, is to try to motivate people. If I ever show anything material, it's to show you that you can get what that is. Like, because I'm somebody that came from very humble beginnings. Like I didn't have like a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
0 time.
Cappy! No, Cappy! Hey, Moss.
Hey, Uncle Danny.
Moss, how come you couldn't get on the hangout, bro? Hey, that crock pot, you gotta get
real
that
estate.
Free real estate. Hey, next time Leroy's coming out, so you better tune in for that. Hey, yeah, this is just a home webcam. I don't know how to make the camera clearer. It's, I guess, Logitech. It should be better. I don't know why it's grainy like that. Yeah. She gave us an extra 10 minutes. Cappy gave us an extra 10 minutes. Woo! Y'all got 10 minutes to ask some more questions. Do I do section? Okay, we're going to do rapid fire. Rapid fire. Leroy's coming out. Yeah. Yeah, back up.
No.
Leroy's coming out. Rapid fire. Yeah, bonus time. They're asking who Leroy is. You better check the channel, pump. Now, do I do Section 8 rentals? Nah, I don't do Section 8 because that's mostly towards that lower end of the income scale. And he's like, who is Leroy? Yeah, I don't do Section 8, man. Plus, you gotta have you gotta meet their requirements stuff. I don't feel like going through all that. I don't need to. Like the rental market is too hot for me to be going through Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Do I utilize real estate auctions? On HUDHomestore.com, I do, but they're like a next day auction. You put your bid in today, and they tell you if you get it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said something about my webcam. You must really want Leroy to come out. Yeah, keep talking about my webcam, pump. Yeah. What is it? What's cracking? They want me to rap. They want Leroy to get a rap. I need a beat to rap. I gotta be in the mood to get my freestyle on. Oh, now Leroy won't auction the Huracan. Leroy might drive it, but nah, he wouldn't auction it. Leroy is a hustler. He likes to add, not take away. So what up? Y'all got any rapid fire questions?
Would you do a meet and greet?
Is the chick in some of my videos my girlfriend? Yes. Would I do a meet and greet? Yeah, for sure, bro. Wherever I go, man, I'm accessible. Like I'm not like a superstar or nothing like that. I'm just a regular dude. So wherever I'm at, if I got time, I'm gonna be in Atlanta. Like I'm gonna do a presentation in February in Atlanta on February 6th at Clark Atlanta University, I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna do a fireside chat type of thing. The chick in some of my videos is my girlfriend. Yep, most likely, unless you're talking about one of the people in my office that works for me. Do I do tax lien certificates? No, I haven't done that yet. Have I ever met somebody named Shaniqua? Yes. What is the other question? Leroy has sidekick as a webcam. What? I don't get that one. How much money did you start with investing in real estate? I had probably about 100,000 when I got started, something like that. Okay. How much does HBCU make per year? Rob be always asking them questions, bro. Man, you be asking questions that put me like in an uncomfortable situation, bro. We do all right. Like, when I'm not here to be like bragging about how much money that I make or my businesses make. And it makes different amount every year. Like, it's a small business. It's not making tens of millions. I'll tell you that much. I don't even think, I mean, you know, like, we do all right. I could support about 7 or 8 people. You know what I'm saying? And all the money I make, most of it goes to paying people. Most of it does not come to me. So, you know, if we did make 10 million and it was like that, you know, I'm giving the 10 million comes in, it's going right back out. So I stay with it a little bit. But that, to me, like, that's not what it's about. Like, you know, you can use your imagination, but what it's about is, yes, we're doing all right. But yes, you can do it. Like, you can get there. Like, whatever your goal is for your company, if you want to make $10 million a year, like, make that your goal, and I'll do whatever I can to help you get there. But like, for me, I'm not here to say I make 10 million or I make $1 million or whatever. I'm not really here to do that. I'm here to say, yes, I can afford a Lambo and I can afford to invest in real estate and whatever, you know. But what it really is I have education. Like, I have invested in my knowledge more than anything. Because if I lost everything material that I have right now, if I lost it all, I know enough to try to get it back. You see what I'm saying? That's the important thing. And that's what I'm trying to share with people, is putting stuff in your head so that you can make whatever you want to make. You know what I'm saying? Not how much Will makes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even important, because, like I said, it changes from year to year. But the thing that I like about it is there's no limit. You know, there's no limit on how much you can make when you're an entrepreneur and you're trying things. All right. So there you go, bro. When am I coming to Minnesota? You know what? I might go there in January when Tall Guy Car Reviews gets his track hawk. All right. Maybe I'll go check him out right there. If you don't have a lot of money and you want to get into real estate, educate yourself first, and then you got to get creative on getting your money, because the money's got to come from somewhere. So you either borrow it from friends, or you get hard money lenders, or you get a bank to give you most of the money, credit cards if you got good credit. I mean, you got to have something, like, or else nobody's going to believe you or trust you to invest in your real estate deal. But you could wholesale cribs. If you found cribs that, like, if you found me a good deal, like if you found me a house that I could get for $50,000, and then I could look at the market and I could sell it for $100,000, and you brought that to me, I'll give you $5,000. Like, I'll give you $5,000, and then you can start building up like that. And then I'll buy the house, and that's how you got into real estate. You made $5,000 on this deal, but I'm gonna go and try to make. I got the risk, but I'm gonna try to make $90,000. You know what I'm saying? Or $40,000 off of that $50,000 investment, something like that. That's how you can get in the game. What are the odds your middle name is Motivation? Yeah, my middle name is Motivation, because that's what I do. With those online auctions, look at Cappy deleting them. Cappy is killing them. Forced appreciation of homes. I'm not familiar with that term, Myron. I'm not familiar with that. I have to look that up. Forced appreciation. When will I be in Atlanta? February 6th at Clark Atlanta University for some type of conference. I'm gonna give a 2-hour or 1-hour talk on entrepreneurship to students and stuff, and it might be open to the public. What we got? Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, that's pretty much on point. Yeah, I know cribs in
Right.
Toronto are expensive. What'd you say?
Well, thanks. These people on here are wild.
Yeah, when I come to Atlanta, man, I'm down. I'm usually in and out though when I travel, man, because I like to be home because I got kids. I like to be here for them. You know what I'm saying? So when I go out of town, I'm there for a set time, and then I'm vanish. You know what I'm saying? I'm back to the crib because the stuff that I care about is right here. You know. But we could do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna have to squeeze it in right there when I'm there. Get a better webcam, dude. Like this is the best webcam you could buy. I don't know why it's grainy. Maybe my settings. I need to figure out my settings. But this was like the most expensive webcam that I could find at the store. Like this is not no cheap. Like if I had a mirror, I'll show you. It's not a cheap webcam. It's like an expensive webcam. I don't know what's wrong with it.
That's cute.
Yeah, go follow Instagram at I am Mr. Moss and at Will Motivation. And how did you pay off your mortgages for 30 cribs in 6 years? I didn't pay them all off, bro. They're not all paid off. I did 35 deals, but I don't have 30. I don't have some of them cribs I sold. So basically, to answer your question, I have about 20 properties now. Some of them are paid off. The way I paid them off is I flipped. I had about 30 cribs, but I flipped about 10 of them, right? So I made a profit on all those 10, and I paid off mortgages. I didn't put the money in my pocket and run around and floss and flex with it. I took the money and I paid off. I paid off some of my houses, some of the mortgages, but I got probably about 5 or 6 mortgages. You know what I'm saying? I probably got $500,000 in debt, like that video I was talking about. You know, I got debt that my goal is to pay that off. Yeah, I don't know why this cam is bad though. Crazy. Maybe when Cappy gets here, she can fix it for y'all.
Exotic car flipping business. That's interesting.
Hey, but yeah, so I don't want to bore people. I don't want to bore people. If y'all don't have any more questions, can you talk about after repair value? Yeah, that's simple. ARV, after repair value, or adjusted resale values, ARV. That's just, okay, here's your 3 numbers when you're flipping. Or I do these numbers if I'm flipping or renting because it's going to affect my net worth, and it's just going to basically affect the financials. The 3 numbers are how cheap can you get the house, right? What's the minimum number you can get the house for? That's the first number. The second number is how much money is it going to take you to make the house the nicest it can be for that neighborhood, so that you can, when you're competing for renters or you're competing to sell a house, you want it to be the nicest. So how much money is that going to take? That's number 1, and then that's number 2, and then number 3 is that ARV, or your adjusted resale value, or after rehab value, right? And that third number is you look at the neighborhood and you look at how much was the most expensive home sold, like in the last 12 months, okay? And then you want your house, based on the size of your house, the number of bedrooms it has, and the quality of the house, you want your house to be at or above that top value. At least that's my thing. But basically, it's the value of the home after you fix it up. And that is flexible, like, because sometimes if somebody's getting a loan, the bank has to approve the value that you're selling the house for to that person, right? But sometimes if somebody has cash and they don't need a bank and they fall in love with the house that you made real nice, they'll pay whatever you guys agree to. And you don't need a bank or an appraiser or none of that stuff. But when somebody's going to get a loan, then a home has to appraise. And usually the appraisers are looking at the value of other similar homes in the area. That's the answer to the question. Somebody asked, how long have I been doing YouTube? My first big YouTube video was about a year ago, right? So I've been doing YouTube for about a year. Before that, I had a YouTube account, and what I was doing with that account was just like everybody else. Yeah, so I was doing, I would put a video up here and there about my Mustang changing the exhaust or something, but I wasn't trying to get subscribers. I was just fooling around. But when I got the Lambo, I was like, maybe I can justify getting this Lambo by sharing the experience with other people and sharing the story and all that stuff. How did I get the idea for my business, bro? I wanted the service, but it didn't exist. I wanted to have a website I could go to connect with people that I went to college with, but it didn't exist. And then I realized I knew how to make it. And that's how the idea came about. I was like, I can do that. I can make that kind of a website. And then people around me started to get me to think beyond Hampton University. It was like, okay, I can do this not only for Hampton and Howard and all these other HBCUs. I'll just do it for all of them. And then that was it. I was like, this is a good idea. I want to do it. And I ran with it. Will I do a video on creating websites? If you guys ask me specifically what you want to know, I could do that, but there's different levels to it. Like there's coming up with the idea for a website, and then there's actually rolling up your sleeves and writing code. And rolling up your sleeves and writing code is like, there's better people to teach that than me, and they have online courses and stuff. But if you just want to know the high level, like the steps to being a .com entrepreneur, I could probably do that. The new Lambo is not paid off, and I owe $73,000 on the Lambo, and the payment is $1,100. There you go. How do you? The Lambo is red. Hey, Cappy, you ready? You ready? Hey, Hamza, Will, where did you graduate from? I went to Hampton University in Virginia. It's a great school. If you're thinking about going to college somewhere, it's a great school. How to create a basic website would be awesome. Yeah, there's just so many people that have done how to create a basic website. There's a lot of people. I could try to find a good one and point you to it. Would I be okay with revealing how much CK Raps charge to do your Lambo? Man, I don't want to say it because they might change their prices. You know what I mean? And I consider him a friend, so I wouldn't want to do him wrong. And he did a really great job. But I can just tell you, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than everybody else. I got 3 quotes to do that same rap here, and they was stupid. Stupid. First quote was 11,000. The next quote was like 10,000 or 9,000. The next quote was the lowest quote I got for it here was 8,000, and he did it for cheaper than that. He did it for about as good as you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying? And he's a master, you know what I'm saying? So, but I wouldn't tell his prices because that's up to him and his wife or whatever, his business partner. Somebody said, did I encounter racism when applying for mortgages? Nah, like the whole racism thing at this day and age, like there's gonna be some people that are racist, but you just gotta ignore them. Like you can't give yourself that excuse. If you focus on people being racist, you're giving yourself an excuse to have a roadblock. So you just gotta, if somebody's stupid, they're stupid. Whether being stupid is being racist or being stupid as not realizing you're a good customer or something. So I don't pay attention. I'm sure some people are racist and look at me funny or don't want to do stuff with me, but mostly no, I don't have like numbers talk. Like when you get into talking money with people and stuff, people want to make money. The banks want to make money off of trustworthy people. So no, I didn't come across any perceived racism. Now, if somebody was a racist, they still might want to make money. So they probably going to do something with me. So I never, when it comes to business, I don't even consider racism because there's reasons why people will do business with you and not do business with you. And there's a whole lot of reasons. So if racism is one of that, I just put that in the reason of stupid. They just not smart to do business with me. So I don't pay attention to it or focus on it. You know what I'm saying? I focus on the people that do want to do business with me. How many properties do I currently rent out? If you go to mossestates.com, you can see all of them. It's about 20 of them on there. What businesses are best to get into right now? I mean, I like the internet still. YouTube, media, online marketing seems to be hot. Like I would give my shot at that if I was trying a new business. Go to that dude, Tanner J. Fox, check out his videos because I'm learning some stuff from him, get some ideas from him. Cappy, where we at? Has she said anything on there? Cappy, Did she? Let me see if I missed it. Um, Somebody, Coder Man, you said you want to collab on something? I didn't catch that. Um, do you have a mortgage on the crib you live in? Dude, love me asking these questions. Yeah, I got a mortgage, bro. I have a mortgage. It's not that high. It's high, but it's not that high. You know, it's higher than all my rental properties, but it's okay. It's not bad. Um, what is your goal for Will Motivation? The goal for the channel is to grow it as big as I can and then figure it out. To experiment and give back. You know what I'm saying? I want to give back with my YouTube channel. So if I have, you know, the best thing I could give people is my time and my educational insight. Hey, Cappy, all right, we got to shut it down. But you know, maybe we'll get back on here this weekend. I wanted to get my brother on the live on this Google Hangouts, and then I could have more than just me. I wanted to have my girl, and I wanted to have my brother. I wanted to have Quentin, and then we could all talk about and answer the questions, and they could help me go through the questions and stuff. I like Tanner J. If he has bad reviews, I don't get it. Dude is sharing mad knowledge. I like him. His classes, I never took his classes. His classes might not be the greatest, but he's giving knowledge on YouTube. Cappy, I'm about to shut it down, y'all. I appreciate you guys joining the live stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications by clicking that bell by the subscribe button, and then you'll find out every time I'm live streaming. And I love y'all. I do this out of love. I do this out of sharing, and whatever you guys can get out of what's in my head and my experience, I love to give it to you guys. So that's why I'm doing this. And I appreciate you guys following and the comments, and you know what I'm saying? We'll keep doing this and see where we can go with it. I appreciate you guys. But that's it. I'll holler at y'all. Maybe I'll get back on Sunday or something like that. We'll see. Peace, 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 peace. We bring Leroy back out. All right, holla.